Test. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the OneClass channel. My name is Andrew and I'm doing statistics and mathematics at University of Toronto. And today we'll be going over some commonly asked mathematics questions at both the high school level and college levels. And if you need some homework help or tutoring, please check out the links in the description below. So now let's jump into our session. Alright. So our first question is asking, a council of 10 members must make a 4-member committee for a particular task. So how many ways can this be done? Okay, so now let's first copy down the question. So a council of 10 members must make a 4-member committee for a particular task. How many ways can this be done? Alright, so this is a combination problem where we need to choose a certain amount of elements from a set of number of elements, and this also means that the order of the combination doesn't really matter. Yeah, so let's write that down. So we're solving a combination question, and in combination, order does not matter. Does not matter. Alright, and coming up we have our formula. So for non-repeating elements, the formula is C and R is equal to n factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. And where n is the number of elements to choose from, and r is a number we will choose. Number we will choose. And yeah. So for here we know that a council of 10 members will be the non-repeating elements. So let's solve the question. So it states that we need to make a 4-member committee out of 10 members. So in other words, we need to choose 4 people from 10 people, right? So in this case, our n will be 10, and our r is 4. Right. And yeah, and let's put that into the formula. So it becomes to C 10 4 is equal to n factorial, which in this case will be 10 factorial. Well, let's just copy down the original formula first. N minus r factorial, and n factorial is just 10 factorial, r factorial, which is 4 factorial, and n minus r, which is 10 minus 4 factorial. All right. And which will give us 10 factorial over 4 factorial times 6 factorial. Alright. And remember, the factorial is just a number multiplied by all the numbers preceding it. So if we have like 3 factorial, it just means 3 times 2 times 1. And if I got 4 factorial, just 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Right. So by knowing this, we can simplify our fraction. So C10(4), which is equal to 10 factorial over 4 factorial 6 factorial, which can also be written as 10 minus 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And 4 factorial is the first bracket, and 6 factorial will be the second part. Okay, so now let's simplify it, because for the top we got 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and at the bottom we got the same thing, so these two can be cancelled out, and yeah, so these two parts are exactly the same. So we can cancel them now. So what we'll have left will be 10 times 8, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 50/40 over 24, which is equal to 210. And now we need to write our final conclusion. So therefore there are 210 combination in choosing a 4-member committee out of 10 members. And if you are allowed to use your scientific calculator, you can just use there's an NCR function. Yeah, you can just put this into a calculator, and the input will just be 10C4, and this is also going to give you 210 at the end. Yeah. So I think that's all we got for this question. Yep. Alright, so let's leave a comment there. Yeah, 210. Good job.